Roblox, barely anyone knows what's going on under the radar. From games that will have your PC crashing, to communities that will scam, hack, and blackmail you. Today we're investigating creepy Roblox games with dark backstories. Red World is a maze game where you would spawn in a never-ending red maze. The imagery is very graphic and creepy. The goal of this game is to find the ending of the maze and survive. And who are you trying to survive against is this red flame-like figure. If this figure touches you, you get kicked out of the game and you would have to restart. Now, the game itself is pretty creepy and it has over 1.3 million visits, but rarely does anyone know its true backstory. The game you saw being played is actually a more family-friendly, watered-down version of the Red World. Previous version got banned because it was much more evil. Myth is going around that the original game had satanic imagery and curses within the game. To prove this theory even more, we have to dig deeper. Red World is created by the user Reed Steer with a Y. If you notice, this name is supposed to be a synonymous for Red Star. So why is this name altered? This account was made in 2018, and his original account, Red Star, was actually banned because of the previous, more gore version of Red World. What's interesting is that Red Star has another game called Crossroads, and now, allegedly, this game was known to be one of those games where you'd join and instantly get banned. Pretty weird. If you look at his character, you'll notice that he's completely red. The myth further suggests that Red Star is a person who had gotten himself in a fire accident where his skin was burnt, and to show that immense pain, he created the Red World. The mystery started unraveling when the user Pat452 started to film his gameplay on Red World and uploaded videos to his YouTube channel. He tried his best to find a way out to beat the game, but he just couldn't. The Roblox community started becoming interested in this game, and holy, they found out that the creator of Red World is actually a predator and that he has a long history of being a shady person on the internet. In one of the last Path452 videos regarding this game, Path stumbles upon a random Roblox game that can't be found anymore. This video is titled Related to Red World. In this footage, we can see a satanic room with weird imagery that takes Path into a different game. As he explores this obsidian-floored room, he stumbles upon another portal, goes in, and then he gets taken to another new game where he does a small obby course, and at the end he gets transferred into another game, which is just a red and black themed map where his skin turns fully black and gets swallowed by the map. To learn more about this mystery, stay tuned as we'll cover the truth about his feelings game regarding Jenny. That also ties into the Red World storyline. Dead Silence is a very creepy but also amazing Roblox game. The basic task of this game is to investigate the legend of Mary S. The game includes a lot of dark pathways, mind-boggling puzzles, creepy satanic symbolism, flashing lights. The audio in this game is what makes it super creepy. You would hear stuff like this. And stuff like... You can expect to see a lot of dead bodies in this game, teasers of upcoming jump scares, demons, and cryptic messages written in blood all over the walls. Now, what's even more creepy that this game is based on a horror movie Dead Silence. If you didn't know, the movie Dead Silence is based on real-life confirmed events. Basically, a new married couple, Ash and Anella, receive a doll as a mysterious gift from someone. One night, she hears something in the bedroom, and as she comes in, she sees the doll. As she came closer, a force pushed her back while she was trying to escape. She gets killed by the doll. Her husband comes back home and he finds blood everywhere. Now, I don't want to spoil you the movie too much, so we're gonna cut to the chase. Weeks after the movie's release, one of the crew members died, while the main actors started having some troubles at their own home. Now, people are speculating that this is related to the curse of the real-life doll, and that the same unfortunate events may be happening to the game's creator, Doom X10. It's kind of creepy when you think that a Roblox game like this, which of course, mainly kids are playing Roblox, hides such a creepy backstory, and that rarely anyone knows that it's based on a real-life scenario. Now, did you play this game? If yes, tell us about the moment that scared you the most. Zodiac The Scorpion is a dark and mysterious game that will give you nightmares. Going into this game, a player spawns in a very dark and creepy room. The ambient is gloomy and rather unsettling. There are random pictures on the wall that aren't so random, and I'll get to that point. What may happen is that a mysterious character just called Killer, with a weird logo on his shirt, will start chasing you. If you run away from him and come to one of the parts of the map, you will see a lot of dead players laying there bathing in blood. If you die, you will forever remain as his victim and join the rest of the dead piling bodies. There's another game that you can visit regarding this dark backstory. On this game, We can see a lot of dead bodies, blood puddles, even people that have died in cars. What's really weird is the fact that there are multiple houses and the scenes look just familiar. Okay, let me put you on. The games are inspired by a real-life serial killer, the Zodiac Killer. Zodiac Killer remains one of the most chilling and mysterious figures in criminal history. Active in Northern California between 1968 and 1969, he claimed to have murdered as many as 37 people, though only 5 confirmed victims were identified. What made him even more terrifying was his taunting correspondence with the press and police. He was sending cryptic letters and ciphers, some of which still remain unsolved. Despite numerous investigations and theories over the years, the Zodiac's true identity has never been confirmed. Was he a brilliant mastermind or just a cold, calculating killer? The hunt for answers continues, leaving us all wondering, who even was Zodiac Killer? Now, as promised, the paintings in the beginning of the fact are allegedly the paintings of people who died in their homes due to Zodiac Killer's rapid killing spree. It's quite eerie. Now, if you remember Red Star, the creator of the mysterious and dark Red World game, we are not done with him yet. If you went to his Friends tab, you could see a mysterious profile called Jenny_Feelings as his friend. Let's uncover this dark mystery. Jenny was a girl who loved and enjoyed playing Roblox. Shortly after getting into the game, she started finding friends on Discord, but not all stories go so well. Jenny was being cyberbullied by many users, and as time went on, she fell into depression. Jenny didn't have anyone to talk to, and sooner or later, she released a game called Cold Future. This game is currently removed, and all we have is just old clips of the game. This game sets you in a room, and people assume that this is a remake of Jenny's room. Upon joining this game, you can see a message reading out. I tried to contact people on here, mainly on this website called Discord. However, Roblox usually works too. When I try to tell them I'm trapped, my head nearly explodes from the pain. I don't feel like going on, not after last time. To decipher this message, many players made myths that Jenny has played and possibly completed the game Red World, and that she's terrified of Roblox. Keep in mind, Red Star had Jenny and his friends, and as a game creator, he can modify the game specifically for her, and God knows what she saw. Not long after this game, Jenny released another game that's also removed now, called Feelings. The game depicts different aspects of Jenny's life, including moments in her apartment where she shulks, and instances of being bullied in public. Players can choose between 2 paths. One leads to the game bedroom, which portrays Jenny's hanged body, while the other takes them to Ocean, a space with a vast body of water and the message, "My feelings are as big as the ocean. Thank you." From there, players can be transported to the end, a reference to the end of Evangelion. Even to this day, Jenny remains a mystery. We haven't heard from her ever since. Now, do you think Red Star may be connected to her mysterious disappearance and these eerie maps? Tell us your theory in the comments. Jeffrey Dahmer's Apartment is a very dark Roblox game where you're literally in Jeffrey Dahmer's apartment. In comparison to the original pictures, it's pretty accurate. And if you're living under a rock and don't know who he is, let me shortly brief it down. Jeffrey Dahmer was an American serial killer and offender who murdered 17 young men and boys between 1978 and 1991. He was known for gruesome crimes involving cannibalism, necro, and preserving body parts. Arrested in 1991, he was sentenced to life in prison, but was killed by a fellow inmate. Exploring the game more, you can visit his bedroom, which is stained with blood. Ew. And right next to the bed, you can see a dead Roblox player. There's also a box containing 2 skulls here. Damn. And these black trash bags, you can guess what's in there. Honestly, I don't think this game is very appropriate for Roblox, and honestly, I think it may be getting the ban hammer soon. The Mimic might seem like a regular horror game. It's a first-person horror game on Roblox where you explore abandoned buildings, schools, and other eerie locations while uncovering a dark mystery. The game is divided into different chapters, each with its own storyline and terrifying entities that will chase you. Your main objective is to solve puzzles, find keys, and escape while avoiding the monsters lurking in the shadows. The atmosphere is heavily focused on psychological horror with unsettling sounds, sudden jump scares, and dimly light environments. Now, what you probably didn't know is that the monsters and demons in this game might be real. Let me elaborate. Japanese folklore is one of the oldest written and painted stories about mythical creatures. Some of them are good, and some of them are evil, and some of them even have real-life sightings of them. The Mimic is inspired by Japanese folklore, which is already disturbing enough. But did you know that the character models and their behavior is almost identical? So for example, Hiachi, based on the legend of Hachisaku-sama, a tall woman who lures children to their doom. In the Mimic, she appears as a ghostly figure tied to a tragic past. Kintoru-sama, loosely inspired by Jorogumo or Spider-Woman, she is the main antagonist, capable of shape-shifting and manipulating her victims. Shizu, she resembles a Noperabo or a faceless ghost, a spirit that appears human but has a blank, featureless face. And last but not least, Piggy. This popular game took Roblox by storm. Players must escape a map by solving puzzles, finding keys, and unlocking doors, all while avoiding Piggy, who tries to eliminate them. The game ends when players escape, times run out, or Piggy catches everyone. It's a bit obvious, but Piggy is inspired by two things. First being Peppa Pig. Piggy looks like Peppa, Foxy looks like Freddy Fox, Bunny is Rebecca Rabbit, and Kitty is Candy Cat. The game is also inspired by the popular game Granny, where you would have to hide from Granny, taunt her, and basically survive. Now, what you most likely didn't realize is that Granny is inspired by a real-life grandma. Tamara Samsonova, known as the Granny Ripper, was a Russian serial killer who was arrested in July 2015. She committed 2 acts of murder. This grandma was diagnosed with schizophrenia, and her husband mysteriously disappeared. Later, she started renting out apartments that she used to literally trap her victims in. There's even footage of the grandma walking down the stairs trying to hide the evidence. Even though it might seem like a harmless game, Roblox is still hiding dark backstories like these. If you want me to follow up with a part 2, leave a comment down below. And also, you should subscribe, because you like turtles.